Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys the perfumes that I brought with me to Alaska. So I've done these types of videos pretty much most of the times I've gone on trips. I'm going to link all the videos that I've done of perfumes that I've brought with me to vacations in the description box if you're interested in seeing those. But this one was kind of different because usually I go to more tropical vacations, but this time I went to freaking Alaska, and also we went to Canada, Seattle. So we were in a few different places, and what all those places have in common is that they were pretty cold. I was wearing a coat like every single day, wearing multiple layers. I think it was in the 40s, which probably to some of you that have experienced real winters is like nothing. But keep in mind, I've lived in Florida for like 15 years of my life, and it is 100 degrees here pretty much every single day. We don't have 4 seasons, we have one, and that is 100 degrees every single day. I am not built for the cold anymore. I have not seen snow in like 15 years, and although I didn't see snow because it wasn't snowing there, it was pretty cold. I was wearing tights under all my pants, turtlenecks on top of sweatshirts, and then a coat on top, a beanie, scarf. I had to keep warm, okay? I was freezing. But because it was cold, that allowed me to bring some of my more powerful, stronger type scents. And honestly, being in that weather made me just appreciate the cold so much because all we get here is heat. And it also made me super excited. Like, my husband and I could not stop talking about how excited we were for our move that we're going to be doing over in Europe. Just being able to experience all the seasons. I feel like my camera is crooked. Hold on. I hope that's better. Anyways, I am proud of myself because if you watch these videos, you know I usually travel with like 10 plus perfumes. Like, I'm not a light packer in any sense, but especially when it comes to perfumes, I bring so freaking many perfumes and like body mists and all these things. And because we were going on a plane, we had to obviously fly to Seattle, which is across the country. I was kind of limited to space and weight, so I fit everything, all my perfumes, into this little pouch, which again might be a lot for the average person, but I love perfumes, and this is actually me light packing. So if you want to see all the perfumes that I brought with me to Alaska, then just keep watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn your post notifications on, and let's get started. Also, I did bring a little cold with me. Actually, my entire family and my husband, we all got sick. It was just a little cold. It was nothing big. I think it was just because of the climate change. Like, our bodies weren't used to that, so my voice does sound a little nasally. That's why. Also, we have a hurricane coming, so it's just like exciting stuff on top of more exciting stuff. We have Hurricane Milton heading our way, literally heading our way. Like, it is projected to come onto all of Florida, basically, if you see on the tracker that I'm gonna put on the screen. So yeah, that should be coming in the next couple days, and it's already very overcast and gloomy out there, so we'll see what that's gonna bring. Keep Florida in your prayers because yeah. First perfume I brought, I'm just gonna pull them out in no particular order. This is Jimmy Choo. Which one is this? I Want Choo Forever, I think, right? I don't remember. I'm gonna have the name on the screen of this one, but I brought this to wear as like my more getting ready for dinner kind of thing on the cruise. There's like those special occasion kind of formal dinner nights, and that's kind of what I brought this for, because this is like my designated sexy perfume. It smells like $1,000,000. It is so feminine, but also it does have this woody edginess to it. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. This has bitter almond, it has rose, it has cherry in it, vetiver, jasmine, vanilla, amber, tonka bean, it has oak moss. It's just a lot more of like a deeper kind of scent, which is why I wanted to bring this with me, because I do think it is more of like a cold weather type scent, or at least just like nighttime, and it did really well for me. I think this is such a seductive date night, just definitely nighttimey kind of scent, and the cherry is very much in here. It has really great performance, longevity, and all of that, and it served me well on my trip. I wore this pretty much like most nights on the cruise, and I got a ton of compliments. Then this is not really at all a cold weather scent. It's more, in my opinion, just like a signature scent. Like, you could wear this every single day, but then oddly it also has this like tropical vibe to it, which is definitely not fit for Alaska. I don't know, I brought this with me. I don't know why. I don't think I put much thought into why I brought this. It just smelled good to me, so I was like, I'm gonna bring it. This is Gucci Bloom Profumo di Fiori. Oh, it's not focusing. It's also like fairly newer to my collection, so I wanted to give it some love over there, and I definitely did. I really love this. I used it mainly during the day. There was some days that were a little bit warmer, which is when I brought this one out. It was mainly when we were kind of like up on the cruise, and also I think I wore this on one of the days that we were in Alaska, and it was actually pretty sunny that day, and I wouldn't say warm. I think it was like probably it got in like the high 50s, but the sun was kind of making it a little warm, and that's the day that I wore this. But I do really enjoy this perfume. I think this smells really expensive. This is a heavy white floral dominant fragrance. It also has ylang ylang, which tends to give off that more beachy tropical feel. Again, I know it does not make sense for this type of destination. It even has solar notes. Honestly guys, I have no idea why I brought this with me, because it truly doesn't make sense, but I did, and I really love it. Next, for a fragrance that definitely makes sense for this type of occasion, which I actually have not showed this on my channel yet. I will be hauling this in a video, but I got my hands on Dior Addict. I have wanted this perfume for so long, pretty much since the beginning of my channel, since I really got it into perfumes like heavily, and I'm so happy to have finally gotten this. And not only that, but this was the perfect occasion to bring this perfume. This scent is heavy, it's thick, it's very dense, and it is not made at all for any type of warmth. This is definitely fall, winter. I would say even more so winter. This fragrance is also pretty polarizing, I would say. I don't think this is gonna be for everyone. I don't think it's blind buy safe, but there is something about this scent that gets so many compliments. It's like a little love potion. It's so seductive and dark. It's mysterious, and that's kind of something that I found a lot of people say about this perfume. It's not for everyone, but it sure does get a lot of compliments from everyone. This has top notes of blackberry, mandarin leaf, silk tree blossom, middle notes of jasmine, orange blossom, night blooming, cereus, and rose, and base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, and Mysore sandalwood. It's a heavy, woody kind of scent. There's tonka. It gives it a little bit of like a creaminess. It gives it some depth. It does open up with that blackberry, but it's in like a very deep, sensual, dark kind of way. There's also like a powderiness to this scent. Honestly, it's really hard to explain. And weirdly, it also gives me like this cocoa vibe, which that's nowhere in the notes, but it's pretty sweet. It's very hard to explain. It's a very complex scent, but it's very, very seductive and dark and sensual, and I feel like those are the best ways to describe this scent. And definitely for the cold weather, I love this scent. I wore it in 2 destinations that we went to. Alaska, I think I wore it in Skagway, Alaska. I wore it to Juneau, and I also wore this to Canada. We went to Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, and I loved it. Then I brought this little gem. This is the OG Juicy Couture scent. I brought this with me purely because I actually got this scent for, I think it was like Black Friday, but in like 2000, I don't know, maybe 2013, 2014, like a long time ago. And I remember it was so cold that day when I bought this, so I started wearing it in like the fall and the winter around that time that I got it. And it just reminds me of cold weather, so I just wanted to kind of recreate that feeling, and I definitely did. I loved this scent so freaking much. I actually mixed this with this guy, which I have a whole story about this, but I'll get to it. The original Juicy Couture scent is honestly a pretty complex scent. I actually think this smells pretty high-end, and it's not. It's very affordable. It's pretty floral. It has a little touch of sweetness. I think it has like caramel in the notes. I don't really get caramel. Like, it's not gourmand. It's just very floral. It reminds me a lot of Burberry London, which is another big favorite of mine, which I would have brought with me because I also love that for the fall and winter, but it was a lot more of like a bigger bottle, so I just went for this one. And then this was probably my signature scent along this entire cruise. But not only that, this has been my signature scent for so long, and this just proved it because, okay, I've made a nice little dent on this because of this trip. I would say this was the #1 perfume that I wore, and it's just good old Tease from Victoria's Secret. It's nothing really like crazy special, okay? It's like an affordable fragrance, but this perfume continues to get me compliments like no other. If I could kind of put me into a scent, it would be this. Like, I smell like this. Like, when I smell this, I think of myself, and that's what other people say when they smell this perfume. And it was actually funny because the first day that I wore this, I hadn't actually wore this for a little while before this trip, and on the first day that we started sailing, I wore this, and my husband, I walked by him and he was like, "You smell like when I first met you." And he was just all over me. He was bringing his nose into my neck and he could not stop talking about how good I smelled and that it reminded him of when we first met. And that's just, it just goes to show how scent just evokes memories. So this will always be such a special perfume. It may not be super out there and super unique and everything, but it just has a special place in my heart. So I will forever love this perfume, and it smells amazing. It's incredible. It's sweet, it's girly, it's so feminine and beautiful. It's also sexy. It's definitely like everyday, versatile, cold, hot. You could wear this at any moment and it just does amazing. And then I brought Glossier You. This is like a go-to. It's almost become like a little signature scent. I also put a nice little dent. I already had a dent into this, but I put even more of a dent into this one. You can't see it. I'm like right here with it, so I'm pretty much almost getting to the end of this one, but I love Glossier You. It's another hugely complimented scent. It's called Glossier You because it smells different on everyone. It kind of just adapts to your natural chemistry, and it's like a sweet iris, musky, slightly powdery kind of scent, very woody. It's incredible. I love it. And then the last one that I wore this when we took these like more fancy pictures. I'll actually put them up on the screen. I love these pictures. I had them printed out and I have them with me. We're gonna be framing them all over the house, but this is the perfume that I wore on that night. And this is actually also a perfume I have not talked yet on my channel, which I will be doing a haul soon. And that is Angel Elixir by Mugler. This fragrance right here is stunning. It is so sexy. It's sweet. It reminds me a lot of Valentino Donna Born in Roma, but like a purple version of it. I don't know how to explain it. This scent is stunning. It is so, so sweet. It's delicious. It's powerful, and it smells nothing like the original Angel, which I know a lot of people have a lot of beef with. So if you don't love Angel, check this out. Angel Elixir, so good. I'm not going to talk about this too much, so stay tuned till the haul and I will go more in depth with it, but it's stunning. I did buy like a little set that came with the, I think it's a 1.7 fluid ounce, so I do have the bigger bottle, but for traveling, I just brought with me the little travel size. Those were all the fragrances that I brought with me on this trip. I know it was a lot, but yeah, believe it or not, this is light packing for me. And you know that if you've seen my other perfumes that I brought with me to vacation videos. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn your post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.